now developing after midnight. We'll let you know how much of the white stuff we could see, and plus let you know how low those temperatures will go coming up. WYZZ News at 9 starts right now.
We've been prepping all week for it. We're trying to staff accordingly.
Getting ready for the big game, how the local bar scene welcomed the masses. Plus, when students could be heading back to class after lead was found on school walls. Good evening. The Super Bowl, unlike any other sporting event, and the amounts we eat, drink, and spend this Sunday, well, they're hard to believe. WYZZ's Dan Malloy joins us live from the Field House in Peoria to recap what the big game means for local businesses. Dan?
Hey guys, and hello to all of our very, very loyal local viewers here on WYZZ News at 9. We've been following all things Super Bowl today on this Sunday, and right now, obviously, another big play by the Broncos in the fourth quarter against the Panthers. Those two teams are in focus right now, but earlier today, it was shoppers and businesses that were dominating Super Bowl Sunday.
The hands down the busiest day of the year.
Brian Nelson and his Peoria Buffalo Wild Wings teammates have been game planning for Super Bowl Sunday for weeks.
We're trying to staff accordingly, lots of teamwork talks, and we have it all organized like a special way.
The National Retail Federation estimates 48 million Americans will order takeout today, and the National Chicken Council predicts we'll scarf down 1.3 billion chicken wings. For the jersey-clad employees at B-Dubs, the Super Bowl brings the ultimate challenge, serving thousands of wings to hungry folks with little room for error. But they say they are ready to pick up the blitz.
We're not going to succeed if we're not communicating. Teamwork. Can't just be out for yourself. You know, you got to be ready to help your fellow server, cashier, busser, or whatever.
Many of us were still scrambling this afternoon for snacks, but Hy-Vee and other local grocers have the scouting report on Super Bowl Sunday shoppers. Our procrastination isn't surprising anyone.
We planned for it. We brought in extra help today, so there are no lines. So all day long we'll have extra help. We have all hands on deck today.
Shoppers were in every aisle and almost every checkout lane. We consumers truly consume a ridiculous amount on this unofficial holiday. And boy, do local businesses thank us for it.
We have huge displays, huge selection, so we were ready for today. I think we would probably double the business that we normally do on a Sunday.
You don't really think about it, but even like a party of like 4 or 6 can easily do 100 wings, you know, so yeah, they go pretty fast.
So whether you hosted the house party or sat at your favorite bar to watch the game, today you have taken part in a truly American tradition. Now, just another wild number for you on the Super Bowl Sunday. The National Retail Federation estimates Americans will have spent more than get this, billion dollars on food, decorations, and of course apparel on Super Bowl weekend. Now, my personal food stat today, about 4 slices of pizza, 1 bowl of soup from Kurt Pegler, that was delicious, and a couple pieces of cheesy bread, and I think later, if you check back in, be one upset stomach. Reporting live in Peoria, Dan Malloy, WYZZ News.
All right, thanks, Dan. Police departments across the state are increasing patrols tonight. Illinois State Police and Peoria Police both say more officers will be on the roads. Now, they're looking for people driving under the influence, speeding, distracted, and those not wearing their seatbelts. Now, last year, ISP handed out more than 1,800 tickets over Super Bowl weekend. Over 100 were DUIs. Now, if you're drinking, you need to make sure you have a designated driver. Students in Midland schools could be back in the classroom this week. District leaders say crews have been moving furniture and equipment out of the grade school since Friday. Tomorrow, teachers and staff will be back for a meeting at the middle school. They'll finish cleaning the building and discuss plans to accommodate everyone. The district plans to hold an open house at the middle school on Tuesday for parents and students. They expect all students to be back in the classroom at the middle school on Wednesday. Now, it isn't just the lead in the water that has people in Flint, Michigan upset and on edge. This week, state leaders and doctors will investigate complaints of rashes that people say they've been getting for 2 years since the water flowing to their homes was switched from Detroit to the corrosive Flint River. Now, experts say the water wasn't treated as required. A local doctor says people could tell right away.
Water switched in April 2014. The residents were complaining. It looked gross. It was brown. It tasted gross. It smelled gross. And there was all these vague medical complaints of hair loss and rashes. And there was high levels of E. coli, bacteria in the water. Then they put a lot of chlorine in the water, which was irritating people.
In October 2015, when high levels of lead were found in the water and in Flint's kids, the water supply was switched back to Lake Huron. State leaders apologized. Some stepped down amid a handful of investigations and class action lawsuits. Hillary Clinton and Bernie Sanders will debate next month in Flint, Michigan. The Democratic National Committee announced today the debate will air on CNN. Sanders and Clinton have both addressed the issue on the campaign trail. Sanders has called for the resignation of Michigan Governor Rick Snyder, a Republican. Clinton has argued the crisis was ignored, in part because the city is poor and its residents largely black. Less than 24 hours after being on the debate stage, candidates are back to canvassing the Granite State for more support.
I picked up a lot of delegates in Iowa. And in New Hampshire, I think I'm going to do very well. I have a great relationship between the vets and all of the people in New Hampshire.
Same strategy in New Hampshire. We want to get as many people to vote for me as possible, and we'll keep moving forward.
In a recent poll of likely Republican primary voters, Donald Trump came in first. Marco Rubio bumped up to second place. The winner of the Republican Iowa caucuses, Ted Cruz, placed third. Now, the same CNN WMUR poll for likely Democratic primary voters shows Senator Bernie Sanders leading with 58%. Compared to 35% for Hillary Clinton. Since 2001, Hillary and Bill Clinton have together earned $153 million from giving speeches. Now the two made a total of 729 speaking appearances over the last 15 years. The Democratic presidential candidate and former president report at least $7.7 million of that from speeches at big banks, including Goldman Sachs and UBS. Hillary Clinton has received criticism for her ties to Wall Street during her campaign, including from her rival, Senator Bernie Sanders, who says it makes her less progressive. Clinton fired back, saying speaking engagements do not affect her politics. Still to come, we're taking a look at a unique Super Bowl party that's helping students find a way to pay for college. And you're taking a live look over normal. Still ahead, Chief Meteorologist Chris Yates will break down what you can expect heading into the work week.
You're watching WYZZ News at 9 with Paul Cicchini, meteorologist Rachel Kay with your local weather authority forecast, and Dan Malloy with sports. This is WYZZ News at 9.
Here at Daytona, it's known as the World Center of Racing, and for good reason. Each year, there are 8 major weekends of racing here. The track is also used for civic and social gatherings, car shows, even police motorcycle training. It's the most diverse venue in all of motor racing.
Brought to you by Koenig Body and Equipment. Your home for the Daytona 500 is WYZZ.
His favorite teacher was Fanny Briggs.
On a school paper, she helped him develop a writing style that would take him around the world.
From the Kansas City Star to a world at war, he was an adventurer who lived what he wrote.
Authoring short stories with universal themes and timeless novels in a changing century.
Ernest Hemingway first developed his style of writing on a high school paper.
It would win him both a Pulitzer and Nobel Prize for Literature.
Courtyard Estates salutes excellence in education.
With Mario Perillo, Mr. Italy, and Alitalia, you don't have to...
Remember my dad? He'd be proud that we've added custom-designed Italy vacations to our legendary escorted tours. While generations come and go, some things never change, like the quality and value that we provide on all our tours. So from my family to yours, I invite you to visit Italy on a Perillo tour.
And there's no better time than right now to discover the wonders of Italy, because right now, Perillo Tours is doing something unprecedented. We are giving away a $100 travel card to everyone who travels with us. That's $100 more to spend on a fine Italian dinner, a gondola ride, or fun Italian souvenirs. Whatever you want, it's our gift to you. Call now for your free brochure at 800-908-2638 and get your DVD and a free subscription to the Perillo Traveler magazine. And remember, call in the next 30 minutes, and when you travel with us, get this free $100 travel card. Call 800-908-2638, 800-908-2638.
You're watching WYZZ News at 9.
A Super Bowl party that helps send kids to college. Now, it's a tradition in Central Illinois, and as WYZZ's Shane Gustafson explains, it's also continuing a legacy.
It's football that brings them together.
I'm not saying everybody watches the game down here, but that's a great time.
And helping kids that brings them back. It's a party unlike most at Jimmy's Bar in West Peoria. Every dollar spent on Super Bowl Sunday is put into a scholarship fund for students at Peoria Notre Dame High School.
Every kid that I know that goes there, this is one of the biggest awards. They really like winning this award.
The goal is to raise $5,000.
I think any kid that gets anything to help them go to college is a wonderful thing. You know, even ICC is the tuition's going up.
The scholarship not only helps students, but it carries on a legacy, honoring 2 former workers at Jimmy's, one a Notre Dame grad, a big reason why people keep coming back.
I think it's a camaraderie. I think the people love coming down here and seeing their friends. They they meet maybe once a year and just to see each other.
Seeing friends, watching the game, continuing a tradition that goes beyond football toward the future of high school students.
Seems like the same crowd, you know, but I mean, it's a wonderful thing, and nobody has to put any money in. They're not pressured.
In West Peoria, Shane Gustafson, WYZZ News.
The bar says it doesn't pick the student who wins the scholarship, but it usually goes to a student involved in the community. Super Bowl 50 has nearly come to a close now. It looks like the Broncos are going to pull this one out. For many, today was as much about the party as it is the big game. Analysts say millennials spend the most on game day. The National Retail Federation says people ages 25 to 34 will shell out about $140 each for the Super Bowl this year. That's compared with an overall average spending of $82. Now, millennials, as you might expect, spend the most on food and TVs. ISU still buzzing after upsetting Valley-leading Wichita State last night. Kurt Pegler has highlights from the big game next. But first, let's get another weather update from Chief Meteorologist Chris Yates.
Thanks, Paul. We are tracking some much cooler temperatures heading into central Illinois. High temperatures today topping out in the upper 40s to near 50. Tomorrow, it's going to be 20 to 30 degrees colder. We'll have your full forecast coming up.
If you weren't watching Good Day Central Illinois on WYZZ, you missed a lot.
Yeah, and I'm from Southern Illinois, which you have to say, because if you just say you're from Illinois, people assume you're from Peoria. So I say Southern Illinois. I told a lady I was from Southern Illinois one time, and she said, like Louisiana?
Discover why more and more people are waking up their day with Good Day Central Illinois. Weekday mornings from 7 to 9 on WYZZ.
How does Pods help remove the stress from storage? We deliver a container. You fill it up with things you're keeping for later and forever. Whenever you're ready, just call us. We'll drive your locked container to one of our secure storage centers. Pods.
If you're tired of cleaning your showers, floors, toilets, and everything else in your house, then maybe it's time to give Molly Maid a call. For over 20 years, you've seen our trademark blue and pink Molly Maid cars going throughout McLean County and cleaning everyone's house but yours. Give us a call and arrange for Molly Maid to stop by your house too.
Molly Maid, serving all of McLean County. Call Tim and his team at 309-661-0005 for a quick quote, or go to mollymaid.com to request a free estimate.
Hi, we're Jim and Shelley from Peoria's Country, Nash FM 97.3, partnering with the Children's Hospital of Illinois for the annual Teddy Bear Drive.
You can help by donating new teddy bears to our sponsor, Bob Lindsay Acura, or dropping them off at our studios downtown. The bears will be delivered to the hospital February 10th. Thanks for your support.
Max and Caroline are
sugar and spice and everything nice. Get up, 5-second rule. Why don't we drink every day? Some of we do. You're your own boss. I can't wait to sleep with myself to get a promotion. You do plates, buns, coleslaw, I'll do burgers, fries, and any guy who has no future.
Two Broke Girls. Weekdays at 5:30 on Central Illinois' own WYZZ.
The Storm Tracker Skycam Network, brought to you by Parker Chevrolet Buick GMC Cadillac.
Now your local weather authority, WYZZ Chief Meteorologist Chris Yates.
Welcome back. It has been just a gorgeous day all across central Illinois. Mostly sunny skies and at times partly cloudy, but temperatures near 50 today. That is all about the change. Here's our current view from our Goods Furniture Skycam overlooking downtown. 35 degrees in Peoria. Winds are from the southwest at about 5 miles per hour. We're looking for the temperatures to drop and the wind speeds to increase later tonight. Temps mainly in the 30s, still holding on to the 40s down in Lincoln, but 34 degrees in Pontiac, 36 in Kewanee. And then as you get out towards Galesburg, temperatures are currently in the mid-30s. But, let's zoom out, give you a sign of what is to come. We're all talking some much cooler weather moving our direction. Minneapolis right now 20 degrees, 15 in Fargo, North Dakota, Sioux Falls sitting at 25, and Des Moines, Iowa sitting in the mid-30s. But the colder temperatures are heading this way. Now, we have seen some high bay showers skirting just to our south, but temperatures do get cold enough to support snow across Iowa and back into parts of Minnesota. And all that snow is heading our way, but you will notice it's very scattered in nature. So we're not going to see a constant snow where once it starts, it just doesn't let up for several hours. That won't be the case. We'll see periods of snow, maybe 10 to 20-minute burst of snow on and off beginning tonight through tomorrow, even into tomorrow night. It's not going to be a whole lot of accumulation. Bigger changes, though, with the temperatures. Much colder air coming in out of Canada. We're talking high temperatures dropping down a good 20 to 30 degrees as we get into Monday and Tuesday. So here's feature track through tonight. Clouds continue to increase. Scattered snow showers by 3 o'clock pushing through central Illinois. You'll notice these bands setting up. At least our model has those setting up just south of 74, but wherever these bands of snow do set up, this is where we could see locally higher accumulations. Unfortunately, the exact location of those bands is not yet known until they really begin to develop. But temperatures tonight down into the mid-20s. Don't expect much of a warm-up tomorrow. Northwest winds will continue to bring in the scattered snow showers, but also reinforce the cold air. So temperatures will not warm much, maybe a degree in the morning, and then they'll continue to drop. So look for your highs to be in the mid to upper 20s tomorrow. Bloomington normal around 28, and also the wind speeds becoming increasingly gusty as we get through the afternoon. So here's a look at that wind speed forecast. Will be anywhere from about 10 to 20 miles per hour early on, but the wind speeds by early afternoon could begin to exceed 20, but you're going to be gusting near 30. So even though we're talking light snow, it is going to be blowing around quite a bit. So here's a look at some of our storm impacts. Around an inch of accumulation, locally higher amounts possible through early Tuesday morning. As for the winds, northwest 10 to 20, gusting to 30 miles per hour. That is going to create some areas of blowing and drifting snow. And then the wind chill values dropping near zero, if not even well below zero, especially by early Wednesday morning. So here's a look at that Southside Bank extended forecast. Around 1 inch of accumulation Monday into Tuesday. Look for temperatures to begin to drop. 27 degrees for a high on Monday. Only into the teens Tuesday and Wednesday. Now, when it was looking like we could see a warm-up by Friday or Saturday, that is no longer the case. We will warm up a little bit, but temperatures are still going to be a good 5 to 10 degrees below average. Hopefully we climb at least near to above freezing by early next week.
I noticed, though, that, you know, when the temperatures are so low and then it gets up to the low to mid 30s, it's going to feel like a warm-up by next week.
Yeah, it's going to feel much, much better by
Also noticed you're wearing your blue and orange, so congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. All right, thanks, Chris. Well, a couple in central Illinois engaged after tonight's Bremer Jewelry Super Proposal.
Chelsea, very often I found myself thinking about the way
Andrew Jones won the Bremer's Super Proposal, popping the question to Chelsea tonight at Kep Sports Bar and Grill in Washington. Chelsea said she didn't even hear the end of his recorded request because she was shocked to see his face.
It's amazing. It's been amazing last year.
Yeah.
Really excited.
It's been crazy.
Yeah.
It's exciting. Very exciting.
Just speechless. So excited. I love you.
The newly engaged couple will join us to talk about the Super Proposal tomorrow on WMBD News This Morning. Sports is next. Stay with us.
It's auto show time. Time to get into the new with Ford. Come and get big savings on Ford's new lineup. Stylish cars that hug corners and turn heads. Tough trucks for the Midwest's biggest jobs. And SUVs to get around town or out of town. Now get into an F-150 with $7,050 total cash savings plus a 100,000-mile powertrain warranty only at your local Ford stores.
Like any sports venue in America, officials here at the track at Daytona have made the experience for the fans better than ever. A fan zone was built in 2004 as part of a renovation to the track's infield. Fans can walk on a fan deck and view the track and garage activity. They can also watch race teams working in the garage.
Brought to you by Koenig Body and Equipment. Your home for the Daytona 500 is WYZZ.
For President's Day, we're gonna give you a discount equivalent to the tax on all of our appliances, all of our furniture, all Sealy mattresses, and all clearance items. And when you're shopping for a bunch of furniture or an appliance set or a nice new mattress, you know, tax can end up as much as a whole nother item. So to be able to get a discount on that means you can just get that much more. So the President's Day sale runs today through Monday, February 15th.
The Big Bang Theory brings you the Genius Guide to Geek Life.
Being an astrophysicist right now is like being a rock star.
Only without the sex.
Literally none of it.
Surround yourself with positive friends.
Is that my yearbook?
Dear Leonard, you're really good at science. Maybe one day you'll come up with a cure for being a dork.
And master the art of aerodynamics.
Is that gonna be on the test? Because I don't think I can do that again.
The Big Bang Theory, 5 nights a week.
A full hour weekday starting at 6 on WYZZ.
Now, your local sports with WYZZ's Kurt Pegler.
Super Bowl 50, the matchup between one of the all-time great quarterbacks who's likely playing in his final game, Peyton Manning, and the newest high-profile QB, Cam Newton, the league's most valuable player. But the game's been more about defense, particularly Von Miller and the Denver defense. They have bottled up Newton and the Panthers, leading 24-10 in the final seconds of the game. The Denver Broncos are going to win their third Super Bowl, with Manning likely heading to retirement. Not exactly a Super Sunday for the Illini. Iowa making itself right at home at the State Farm Center today, and keeping Illinois struggling in the Big Ten. The game was supposed to feature a matchup between Iowa's Gerard Uthoff and Illinois' Malcolm Hill. Hill scored 14, but here he gives it up to Jalen Coleman-Lands, who buries a 3. But Iowa was hitting from the perimeter, too. Mike Giselle, a jumper here. Uthoff scores 18 for Iowa. Here on the offensive glass, he's going to get the rebound and the putback for the big fella. Peter Jock scores 23 for the Hawkeyes, but here the nifty assist on the Uthoff bucket. Hawkeyes had a 20-point lead, and they would win it 77-65.
Malcolm really played the right way today. They doubled him quite a bit, and he was very unselfish, very efficient, contributed rebounding, passing the ball, scoring efficiently. Thought he did some really, really good things. We've got some other guys that need to play a little bit better than what they played today. They know that.
A week in between games for the Fighting Illini, who play at Northwestern on Saturday. It's a Super Sunday for the IUC Redbirds, who had a spectacular Saturday night at Redbird Arena, upsetting 21st-ranked Wichita State 58-53. The Birds are racing a 16-point second-half deficit late last night. Deontay Hawkins, Paris Lee and company holding the Shockers to just 20 points in the second half to pull off the big upset.
That's a really good team we just beat, and I'm happy for our players. That's probably the biggest thing. I'm really happy for them right now.
That moment, it's a good moment. And, to be honest, it didn't feel real. It was fun, It's dangerous, but it was fun, though.
That moment Lee is talking about, this one here, the fans storming LaFleur to celebrate the win. The Redbirds snapped the Shockers' 19-game Valley winning streak dating back to last season. Women's hoops today. Richwoods grad Cindy Stein brings her SIU ladies to her hometown to face Bradley. Charisse Burrell working the post, grabs it, scores on the rebound there for the Braves. But it was a nice homecoming for Stein and East Peoria's Kylie Gabelhausen. She hits the step-back jumper here. Gabelhausen scores 15 for the visitors. Another long-distance jumper. SIU wins at 65-51. Final round of the PGA Tour's Waste Management Open, which broke attendance records in Phoenix, and Ricky Fowler's heart is broken as well. He was in position to win this thing. He's going to hole out this chip on the 10th hole and take a 2-shot lead to number 17, that stadium hole, but he would hit his tee shot in the water there. He was pushed to a playoff. Hideki Matsuyama beats him after he hit another ball in the water at 17. Matsuyama winner in Phoenix. Time to take our weekly look back at the top plays of the week, a decidedly high school flavor for this week's top plays, and we start in the pool, where Notre Dame's Colton Paulson was a force at the Big 12 swim meet yesterday. He set conference records in the 200 freestyle, which he won by 6 seconds, and the 50 free, which he won by 9 seconds. He was also part of 2 Irish relay wins. Number 2, Limestone's Caleb Barber dives for a loose ball, finds Jalen Romaine with the tomahawk. Part of a Rockets 10-point Friday night win, Jalen Romaine with the hammer dunk here at number 2. And this week's number 1 play comes from the red-hot Bloomington Raiders. Elijah Donnelly throws it off the backboard. Charles Payton throws it down. Highlight reel play. It's our top play of the week. Charles Payton doing the honors at Bloomington High. It's gone final. Denver is your Super Bowl 50 champion. Paul's back to wrap this thing up in just a minute.
Building the only trucks with the best fuel economy. Best towing, best torque, and best payload takes guts. Overcoming any obstacle, that's the glory. Get a great deal on the trucks that give you both during Ram Truck Month.
For the first time ever, get 0% APR for 84 months, plus $2,000 bonus cash on the 2016 Ram 1500 Bighorn Crew Cab.
America's most popular racetrack has dimensions unlike any racing venue anywhere. The 2.5-mile tri-oval features some serious banking, at some points 31 degrees, steep enough to ski on. The track is 40 feet wide, and the facility sits on 500 acres of land.
Brought to you by Koenig Body and Equipment. Your home for the Daytona 500 is WYZZ.
Live the good life here at Goods Furniture in Kewanee, Illinois. Goods Furniture has a wide selection of furniture for every room in your home at prices to fit every budget. We look forward to seeing you at Goods Furniture in Kewanee, Illinois.
Come into Steak and Shake for hand-dipped milkshakes. Better yet, come into Steak and Shake for hand-dipped milkshakes at half price during Half Price Happier Hour. Weekdays, now 2 to 5 at Steak and Shake. The $4 menu at Steak and Shake, featuring handcrafted steak burgers, all beef footlongs, and fresh guacamole made from scratch. The $4 menu, where all meals are under $4 at Steak and Shake.
As weather conditions change, stay informed on school closings with CI Proud Text Alerts. Sign up and select the alerts you need to get instant updates direct to your phone. School closings text alerts from WYZZ. Proud to be your local winter weather authority.
You're watching WYZZ News at 9.
Super Bowl commercials are a big part of the spectacle. Every year, companies roll out some of their most creative campaigns, from Butterfingers' Bolder Than Bold to actor Alec Baldwin and football great Dan Marino trying to throw the perfect Super Bowl party. Or maybe the mystery product from Taco Bell. We want to know, did you have a favorite tonight? Give us your thoughts on our Facebook page, WYZZ.TV. All right, so it's going to cool off a little bit. A lot of it. Yeah.
A good 20 to 30 degrees colder by tomorrow. Time to dust off the heavier coat. And maybe a broom to kind of shovel off some of the snow on your front patio. Snow showers tonight, 26 for a low. A dusting possible. We'll pick up a little bit more snow tomorrow. Could see up to an inch by Tuesday morning. Temperatures not going to warm up much. They'll fall throughout the day. We'll hit a high around 27 in the morning. And then it gets colder. Down into the teens Tuesday and Wednesday. We do recover somewhat back into the 20s and 30s by next weekend.
All right. Thanks, Chris. Congrats again on the win.
Thank you.
All right. WYZZ News available on air, online, and on the go. You can get the latest news on our website, ciproud.com, or use our app for your smartphone or tablet. Have a great night.